Hell yeah, I love the Ramones, the original kings of punk rock. If you had a chance to see these guys back in the 70s and 80s, then give yourself a pat on the back. You are now a punk rocker. Now, I have to admit, I originally didn't like the Ramones, mainly because I thought they sounded like some weird pop band. But then I got a hold of some of their albums, like Rocket to Russia, Too Tough to Die, and Mondo Bizarro, and I even watched the movie Pet Sematary, which featured their song in the end credits. And I have to admit, after I heard them, I got addicted. The band ran its course in its 22 years on the road, with some good albums, some bad, and a few personal issues, but overall, they left a mark on rock and roll. And after they all died, it was a crushing blow to the music for which they saved. After the success of the Ramones' first 4 albums in the 70s, Alan Arkush asked if they wanted to appear in a movie, in which they accepted. The movie is called Rock and Roll High School, released in August 1979. And that's the movie I'm going to be reviewing today, because the Ramones are hardcore.
I'm a happy camper!
The film takes place at Vince Lombardi High School in 1980. It's just like every typical high school, freshmen getting hazed by seniors, nerdy girls falling in love with good-looking dudes, and guys smoking cigarettes anytime they can. So anyway, there have been a lot of complaints from the school about bad kids, so the Board of Education hires a new principal named Evelyn Togar, played by Mary Warrenov, to stop all the madness.
Members of the board, as we stand on the threshold of a new decade, we must face harsh reality. Our educational system has become far too permissive, as that famous scholar once said. My darling Evelyn, how I long for the feel of your luscious thighs wrapped around...
Okay. Please do not mention Mary Warrenov's thighs, please and thank you. Now all these kids in school seem to be a bit over the top. Is it because they're listening to a certain kind of band? Could it be maybe this? Okay, I fucking love the song Sheena's a Punk Rocker, but seriously, these kids can't dance. Look at them. The 70s are still trying to survive, but the 80s are swallowing them whole. Warrenov has to come in and stop the madness.
So, this is the type of behavior that I can expect. The minute there's not a teacher in the room, the entire school erupts into a shameless display of adolescent abandon.
Wow, I'm so glad I don't give a shit. So the whole madness was started by 2 people. Kate Rambo, played by Day Young, and Riff Randall, played by Dennis Quaid's ex-wife, PJ Souls.
And who are you?
I'm Riff Randall, rock and roller.
And bad actor, apparently. We're also introduced to the high school football captain, Tom Roberts, played by Vince Van Patten. Despite his success on the football team, he just can't seem to find the right girl. So he goes into the boys' bathroom, and he meets this guy, Eagle Bauer, played by Clint Howard. Man, did this guy ever have a full head of hair?
I want someone with huge breasts. I want to get laid before I'm 30.
Are you a virgin?
Do you mean, technically?
So Eagle Bauer tries to set Tom up with Kate Rambo, but Tom really wants to go out with...
Riff Randall.
Meanwhile, one of Togar's goons is out smoking a cigarette and making a paper airplane. I love how in one shot, the cigarette is in his hand, and then in the next shot, it's in his mouth. Very creative editing. Then he... Okay. Ear mail. Ha ha ha. Around the same time, Riff is in gym class with the other girls, showing off those nice asses.
Class called on account of boredom.
Really? Because I've been having fun.
I've written a song for the Ramones.
Wait till you hear this.
I'm sorry. I like this song when Joey sings it, but when PJ Soul sings it, it just does not work at all. So then we cut back to Togar in the science class, and they're testing out a rockometer. So the rockometer goes all the way up to Ramones and... ouch. Looks like somebody won't be graduating. Dear God, are they still singing? Shut up! You all suck! Wow, thank God, more stretching. All stretching and no singing makes me a happy boy.
Hail, hail, rock and roll.
Now the Ramones are going to be coming to Riff's neighborhood, and she's determined to get front row seats. So she decides to spend the day there until the ticket booth opens. Yeah, I love just how she covers up Tommy's face with her scarf. Since Tommy had just left the band the year before and Marky replaced him, I'm not dissing Tommy, but still that's how the band went their ways. They did the same thing with Marky on their Subterranean Jungle album. After he left, they pasted his face on a subway window instead of with the whole band. So after spending the night in front of the ticket booth, Riff wakes up and... what the fuck? What? Then we cut back to Tom Roberts. And as it turns out, he is going to have to go out with Kate instead of Riff, so bad luck for him. So Eagle Bauer tries to get them together and then... what? Oh, okay. So then we get back to Riff. Despite being first in line, she seems to have lost her place when some weird groupie cuts in front of her.
I don't want to be. I am.
Apparently you don't know who I am.
Oh.
I'm Angel. Angel Dust.
Wow, that's the worst groupie name I've ever heard. Pleased to meet you.
I am first in line.
I am first in line.
I am first in line.
I'm first in line. And if you don't like it, you can put it where the monkey puts the nuts.
You know, what the hell? We are almost halfway through this film, and the Ramones haven't appeared once. I'm sick of all these stupid big-lipped alligator moments and these weird makeout sessions. Seriously, when are they going to show? Thank God. 40 minutes of retarded high school cliches, and finally, Joey, Johnny, Dee Dee, and Marky show up. Unfortunately, our excitement doesn't last long. Angel Dust manages to get in first, leaving Riff out in the hot sun. That's not good, because her stupid list of excuses has made Togar very suspicious. So Riff hands out Ramones tickets at the school, but ends up in the principal's office where Togar has a full report on her.
Oh, Mr. Mandelsary, the breathing at the belly. Oh.
So Riff has her tickets taken away from her, leaving her with no other choice but to go home. So now Riff is back at home in her bed, casually smoking a cigarette and listening to some pretty good albums. Then this happens. You know, I don't care if it's just a dream. When you see Joey there, that's really Joey. Can't wait to steal that girl from you, Joey.
Okay, I'm sorry. Bad joke.
So Johnny is just casually playing his guitar in Riff's chair. Marky is outside playing his drums. But where's Dee Dee? Oh, of course. He's in her shower, just playing off on his bass. But again, this scene is very short. Now it's back to the grind, where Eaglebauer is still trying to hook Tom up with Kate. Come on, bring the Ramones back!
Look how far you've come in 3 days. Yeah, but the question is, how far will she go tonight?
So Riff and Kate are driving around now.
This is Screamin' Steve again, and I've got 2 free tickets to tonight's Ramones concert for the person who can call and tell me what album this song is on. You know what the dial.
Oh yes, Questioningly. A 3.5-minute diddly written by Dee Dee. Hot off of what album? The Road to Ruin album, of course. Seriously, you've been listening to that album the whole entire movie. How'd you forget? So they win the tickets, and now they get to go to the concert.
Hello? Hello, Tom? Kate and I can't make it tonight. No, we've been in a horrible 7-car automobile accident. Yeah, we've got to go to the hospital for immediate blood transfusions. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow in school. Bye.
Another excuse, eh? Wonder how Tom will handle it. Oh, quite well.
So the girls get to the concert and... What the fuck? What?
Have I been snorting glue or something? Why the hell is there a guy in a rat costume at a Ramones concert? Is it because, maybe, Ramones music likes to blow up rats? Does this guy have a death wish? I don't know. This movie is just weird.
Anyway, the girls go backstage, and who do they see?
You want to keep it down out here?
Bitch dust!
Sorry, girls. You'll have to wait outside.
Well, there's really nothing else left to do but rock out! Nothing. We now get to watch a kick-ass Ramones concert. Oh no, the plot! Come on!
Give me those back!
lets the movie interrupt us when we're trying to watch a perfectly good Ramones concert.
As Angel Dust is busy in the bathroom, Riff gets to go backstage to meet the band, where they're tending to a very sick Joey.
Hey, it's Riff Randall, I'm #1 fan.
Oh, wow, you remembered my name.
This is the big time, girlie. This is rock and roll.
Yeah, well, this rock and roll high school.
Rock and roll high school?
Yeah, I wrote it for Mr. McGree's music class, but I really wrote it for you, Joey.
Hey, pizza! Great, let's dig in.
Yeah, I want some.
Oh, thanks.
How many times do I have to tell you? No pizza for you, Joey. More beef German, riboflavin. Yeah, come on.
The scene where Joey is getting force-fed may be funny for some, but for most, it's painful to watch. For those of you who didn't know, Joey had been sick his whole life, and there were some things he could or couldn't eat. And in fact, 4 days before he died, he refused to be fed through a tube because he didn't want to ruin his vocal cords.
Yeah, we're going to be in town one more day, and if we like him, we'll come and pay you, Mr. McGloob, a visit. Say hi to Vince for us.
Oh my god. Nothing for nothing, but the Ramones cannot act.
Joey blabbers through his lines. Johnny is being Johnny. Dee Dee,
Hey, pizza! Great, let's dig in.
all over the place. And what's Marky's great line?
That was a good one, Mr. McGree.
Hooray!
So the band promises that they will come visit Vince Lombardi High School on their last day. But at the school, all is not well. Togar has gotten a hold of all the students' rock albums and is burning them in a bonfire.
Burning our records! We gotta stop her!
It's Riff and the Ramones to the rescue.
Things sure have changed since we got kicked out of high school.
Where are you going?
Going to Mr. McGree's class.
Oh, well, I'm happy to see that some students still are interested in their studies.
Hey, we're not students, we're the Ramones.
Ramones, you're responsible for making that horrible rock and roll music? You turned the whole school against me. Do your parents know that you're Ramones?
So now Vince Lombardi High School has been transformed into Rock and Roll High School, where the boys' room is now a giant bubble tub. You can throw shit at the lunch ladies, and you've got Joey, Johnny, Dee Dee, and Marky taking out the trash for you.
Why the hell is there a mama rat in this movie now? I mean, come on. The guy at the concert? That was just a guy dressed up in a rat costume. Are you telling me he has a mother who dresses up like a rat too? What kind of dumbasses came up with the cliches in this movie? Oh, and the rats exploded again. Haha, animal cruelty is hilarious.
So Riff is made an honorary Ramone, and the band promises that her song Rock and Roll High School will be played on their next album. But first, they have to take care of Togar.
And just what do you have to say for yourself, young lady?
I've seen the errors of my ways. I'd just like to say to all students everywhere that you may think the school is yours for a while, but it is always run by the principal and her administration.
They decide to give Togar back the school.
Hit it, Marky!
But not before blowing it up. Tom and Kate get together, and the movie finishes up with the Ramones singing Riff's new song, Rock and Roll High School. Now at the end, Joey said that Rock and Roll High School would be recorded on their next album, which it was. The Phil Spector version, though. Complete with cheesy, echo-ish background lyrics that really don't sound anywhere near as good as the original movie version. Phil Spector, you can rot in jail. Overall, this movie is just silly. The Ramones only appear on screen 30 minutes tops. The rest of the movie is just a stupid plot centering around a bunch of stupid 80s kids with a bunch of stupid high school cliches and stereotypes.
Still, I am calling it a hit because, come on, the Ramones are in this movie. And seriously, if there was any other, maybe fictional band in this movie, it would automatically suck. And let me tell you, it's a hell of a lot better than the sequel, Rock and Roll High School Forever. And believe me, I'm never going anywhere near that atrocity. My advice, skip the first half hour or so, and then watch the movie from there. And I guarantee you, after the movie is over, you'll find yourself constantly saying those three very words.
Hey!